Hi everyone, welcome to the final game of the second batch I played at the 2013 British Chess Championships, and I was very happy before this game because my opponent for this game, although he's a strong 185 ECF rated player, he is not FIDE rated, so that means I've got 3 out of 5 against FIDE rated opponents all over 1900, which guarantees a rise of about 40 odd points on my rapid FIDE, not that I have one currently, so I was quite pleased with that. But of course I want to still try and win this game. I am playing Adam Batson, and he played d4, and I made sure this time I played e6. Remember, no knight f6, that's refuted by the Tromposky. But now I was surprised because we've got a very dull Kozuka sort of system where white thinks his bishop on b2 and tries to get a grip on the e5 square. And I always thought these openers are generally reserved for patzers or people a lot lower than 185 anyway. But it's actually quite interesting it was, because I set my very dull hedgehog system up. We have to shuffle around for ages before you can actually do anything. See, I just put everything on the third rank. But I've got no weaknesses. I'm controlling the e5 square more importantly at all. Seeing as if one of white's plans is to put a knight in e5 and strangle you, supported by the bishop and rook and pawn, and then play f4 and stonewall you, and hack you to shreds. So I've got a nice position. This is my first thing in the game actually. I've made 14 because I was a bit reluctant to put the queen on the same file as the rook, but I thought I've got maybe an idea of moving the other rook to c8 and then playing queen b8 to a8 and try and get some pressure going down the long diagonal. And plus it's hard for white to get c5 in. And knight g5 was played. Potential sacks on e6, I've got to watch out for. g6. Looking at my rook stopping a knight takes f7 followed by queen takes c6 trick. Queen e3, bishop g7, queen g3, queen comes to h4. I played h6 to get rid of that knight before it's done. After rook e3, trying to get the rook in to mate me, I decided to take and played e5. So I'm giving white two main options now. He played d5, but the main one, I think the best option was actually to take. And I wanted to take with the knight really, but the problem is he's got knight f6 check, forcing me to give my good bishop up, and then his bishop might become a monster, and plus the dark squares around my king are very weak. I mean, it's still tenable, but not too great. So probably I take back with the pawn. And I've still got maybe ideas of f5, but it's a bit more open now, so maybe this is a better version. Because d5 seems to give me a bit of a free rein to attack, although it does block my bishop in. And I can make use of the c5 square. Because I play f5 with tempo, knight d2, and then knight to f6. Because I want to play g5, but I don't want this queen coming into h5, which is harassing me. The only way to get rid of it is to swap queens off, which is probably better for white. So I play this move first, and now I've got potential nasties with e4 and f4. So we play f3 to stop it. I play g5, kick the queen back, and then I think now I should play e4, which practically forces white to give his good bishop up for my knight, which is obviously very good for black. Because if he just casually moves the bishop to e2, I win with f4 and e3. And if he plays bishop back to f1, well, I've still got whatever he does, I think I've still got f4 and e3. Oh, in this position I have to give the exchange up. You can do. Like this. But I played bishop c8, trying to recycle the bishop into the attacks. It's blocked behind on granite there. b4, trying to get c5 in. Again, I should have played e4, but I tried to stop him playing c5 by putting my queen on the d5 square again, so he drops the d5 pawn if he wants to play it. Rook e1, rook b8, protecting the b6 point because his last move unmasked an attack by the queen on it, and plus the rook was doing nothing on e3, vulnerable to tempo, gaining advances. Bishop e1, which is actually the top every can move, even though I didn't even understand what it did. I played h5, getting another pawn to the attack potentially. Knight f1, knight bishop h6. And now I think I've made a mess of this notation, because after rook ed1, I never remember him allowing me to play g4 with tempo on his rook, but maybe he did, because It doesn't actually, it's not actually that dangerous. If I played it, if I played it, he just moves a rook, and I've actually not got any attack to follow up with. But I played Queen G6, and now that I allowed him to get C5 in, because I've not got pieces on that square anymore. And actually, this is actually quite bad. This now. I mean, I thought I had a nice attacking position. Although actually, it's not bad. If I did take it, but I took it to B pawn, and after he took back. What I should have done is played E4. This was the key moment. And now say if he plays Queen D4, like in similar to the game, I've got my bishop back to G7. And he has to move his queen somewhere. Not sure what it'd go to. If it goes back to F2. Then, but I don't like this actually. Maybe I've got to take somewhere and then open everything up. In fact, I think what I should have done is I should have just took everything perhaps. But I played this. I don't even know why I played this move. I just can't explain it. It's just learning to get protected past pawn with tempo. I think I was trying to close off the queen side and keep his pawn blockaded and then try and murder him on king side still. But he just played knight e3. And now my f pawn's attacked twice. And I've either got to play bishop back to c8, which is just obviously bad, or play e4, but it's too late. He played c6. Bishop goes back. Knight to c4, attacking my d6 point, which is very hard to defend. And now I could have tried g4. But he just plays f4. Now after e3, just, queen e2, and then say if I try bishop takes f4. Nice move g3. Bishop back, knight takes d6, and then I've got like, this is just awful. I was supposed to feel like this. But then this. As queen takes, after the dust has cleared, it's equal material, but white's got two monsters connected past pawns, so this is lost. My rook's still hanging. I defended it with knight takes 7, and now he played a very nice move actually. Queen d4. Because now I'm forced to stop the mate by either giving up the exchange, which is obviously lost, or playing bishop back, and then everything comes off, and he wins this at the end. And I was completely shot to pieces by this point, because I thought I'd had a good position with nice attacking chances. And I was a shot that I'm completely lost all of a sudden. I mean, why did I let him play c5? It was just crazy. I played rook f8, and now he took. And like, he's just won another pawn. Tried getting some counter attack going, but it doesn't do anything. He could have played c7 and ignored it. He even rather annoyingly chucked this check in to stop any counter play. And then after this I resigned because he's just going to win all my pieces with these. He's got 3 connected past pawns. And I was very annoyed to lose this game, and I'm very glad it wasn't Bd3 rated, because I thought I'd played well in this game against a strong 180 plus player. And this meant for the second rapid, I also finished on 3 out of 6. But this was a much better 3 out of 6 because I faced a lot stronger opponents. Everyone was a lot higher rated than me. And I gained a lot. And the first one I only gained about 10 Bd8 points. This one I gained about 40 to 50. And some of the games are pretty good. Some of them are completely diabolical. All the losses were actually not that good, were pretty bad, but the wins were all really nice. Except that swindle. And I performed at one. If you what I've done, well, it's hard to work it out, but what I've done is I've used the ungraded in round 3's last DCF of 163, so it comes out as 178 performance, which is +9 on my ECF, which is not bad to say I'm inflated. That means that I've probably performed about 176, 177 in both the rapids together. So overall it was a successful rapid and gave me some confidence for the second week of the Major Open Games, where I'll be hoping to bounce back. So stay tuned for the second week soon, where I've got 5 more Major Open Games for you. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this series on my second rapid play, and please leave in the comments and thoughts. Thanks very much.